They get a really bad rap, but nearly a quarter of all Americans are part of one, and those that are actually seem to like them. I'm talking about HOAs. HOA stands for Homeowners Association, and there are over 350,000 in the US. And before buying a property that is part of an HOA, you should really do your homework to make sure it's the right long term decision. Let's talk about a few of the pros and cons that you should consider. Let's start with the pros, okay? Pro number one is that your neighborhood will probably look better because of an HOA. An HOA's primary function is to keep a community to a particular standard to protect property values. And because of this, they'll create and enforce rules about things like lawn standards, paint colors, other property maintenance, and upgrade decisions that you may think of for the exterior. The result is usually a clean and uniform look in your neighborhood. Another pro is the amenities that may come along with your HOA. Things like pools, trails, and other shared spaces that can be included in your agreement. These are exclusive to your HOA and are not available to any member of the general public. Along with those shared amenities may also be shared maintenance costs. Not only will those shared spaces be maintained by the HOA, but some or all of the lawn care may be as well. In a lot of people's eyes, this is one of the main benefits of being part of an HOA. As you can imagine, not having to worry about beautiful landscaping can be a huge relief for a homeowner. Okay, but let's talk about some of the cons. The biggest con being the dues. The money to take care of all those beautiful spaces and amenities has to come from somewhere, and that somewhere is in your pocket. By entering into an HOA agreement, you'll be legally responsible for yearly dues that can keep the HOA running. The amount of those dues will depend on the amenities and the general scope of your HOA. Another con is the lack of freedom that comes along with an HOA. You may want to paint your door a certain color. Nope. How about adding four seasons room? Maybe not. Get it cleared with your HOA board, right? Missed cutting your lawn last week because you were out of town? That could be a fine. You are certainly not free to do whatever you'd like on or to your property, and that can rub some people in the wrong way. And finally, the last con is potential politics that can come into play. If you happen to cross a particular neighborhood or an HOA board member the wrong way, that person may have the ability to make your life really difficult. By calling out or enforcing obscure rules, pettiness can be a tool for revenge, and the HOA becomes the vehicle. Is the paint on your mailbox chipping? Is your grass 1 inch too long? Did you leave your trash can out for an extra 30 minutes last Friday? A vengeful neighbor or board member could potentially cite you for these infractions if they've got beef. Legal challenges are not uncommon in these instances. However, having said all that, the majority of people who belong to an HOA consider it a positive experience, and over 90% of people have a good relationship with the HOA board members. As with most things, the devil is in the details, right? So make sure you read the fine print several times so you know exactly what is expected of you. Got any of your HOA stories of your own? I'd love to hear them. Let me know in the comments or shoot me an email.